In this video, we're going to be looking at transforming the graph of a function by reflecting that graph over an axis. Okay, so first of all, if they want us to find f of negative x right here, okay, so what that's going to be is a horizontal reflection over the y axis. Okay, so we will change the sign of all the x values. Okay, and if we have a negative in front of the function, then that is going to be a vertical reflection over the x-axis, and we will change the sign of all the y values. Okay, so let's take a look at this first graph here. We've got this thing right here is our graph of f of x that wants us to find negative f of x. So that's this one right here, which would reflect all of our points over the x-axis. So we change the sign of the y values. Okay, so looks like this right here is the point. What is that point? Let's write it down. Negative 7, 2. Negative 7, 2. Okay, so what that's going to turn into is this point, which is negative 7, negative 2. Okay, let's see, this point here looks like negative 4, negative 5. Okay, so that point goes down here to negative 4. Oh, this was positive 5, excuse me. Negative 4, positive 5, but down here is going to be negative 4, negative 5. So that point will be right there. Let's get one third point. So it looks like 4, 1. It'll turn into 4, negative 1. Okay, now we can connect the dots. And here is the graph of negative f of x. It's an exact mirror across the x-axis. Okay, so for the next one, we've got the graph of g of x is shown, and it says it wants us to put find g of negative x, so make the x's negative. So that's this one here, which is a horizontal reflection over the y-axis. Okay, so we'll change the sign of the x values. So if we're going this way, this point right here, which is, okay, so this one is 2, 4, or 2, 5 rather. So it's going to be over here at negative 2, 5. Okay, this point down here was what, 6, negative 3. So now it will be negative 6, negative 3. Okay, so we look like this. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So we have y is equal to f of x. It wants us to find f of negative x. So that is, again, the vertical reflection over the x-axis. Okay, so this point is on the x-axis. So, wait a minute. Okay, so this thing will be this one where it's a horizontal reflection over the y-axis. Change the sign of the x values. Okay, so over the y-axis, which is this one. So this one is on the y-axis, so it doesn't change. This one right here looks like it's 2, 2, but it's going to go to negative 2 because we're changing the x values. Okay, so the last one is what? 7, negative 3. So let's go negative 7, negative 3 to get that last point. So it's like this. Look, we made an M. M for math. All right, last one. So we've got the graph of g of x is shown, and we're asked to draw y equal to negative g of x. Okay, that's a vertical reflection over the x-axis. Change the sign of the y values. Okay, so this one kind of goes through the x-axis. So we are going to take this point, which is 6, negative 3, and bring it up to here, so 6, positive 3. And then we'll take this point, which is 2, 5, and we're going to bring it down here and make it 2, negative 5. Okay, so this is what my graph would look like.